Hello, pre-calculus students, and welcome to the continuing hints on section 5.4. This is dealing with double angles and power reducing identities. And here I have another problem that we're going to prove together. And so to get this started off, we can kind of see here that this is kind of the backward situation where we have a single angle and we want to turn it into a double angle. Okay. And there's actually two ways you can approach this. You can start from the left and expand. You can also start from the right and try to condense everything down. I am going to work with the left here because I can already see a couple moves. I can use, I'll make a note here. We want to use power reducing identities because I have a very high power here assigned to the fourth. So I'm going to start with the left-hand side, and I'm going to write this as sine squared times sine squared, because that's what sine to the fourth is really equal to. Next step, I have a high power here, sine squared, and I want to get it down to a low power, so we're going to use power reducing for sine. Okay, so it may be helpful to take out the notes and take a look at them, but this is this identity right here. Sine squared equals 1 minus cos 2u over 2. So sine squared is 1 minus cos 2x in this case over 2. Okay. But I have two sine squares, so the other sine squared gives me the exact same thing. And one thing to note here is that I got a 1/2 in this. This is really 1 minus cosine 2x times 1/2, and I got another 1/2 here. And if you look at our problem, we have a 1/8. So now I'm going to say factor 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to pull 1/2 out of this first block here. And what I'm going to be left with is just 1 minus cosine 2x times, I'm going to factor out 1/2 from the second block, doing basically the exact same thing. I get 1 minus cosine 2x. And then you can see here that I can regroup things. I can put the 1/2 and 1/2 together. So now I will get 1/2 times 1/2, that's just 1/4. 1 minus cosine 2x times 1 minus cosine 2x. And at this point, we've succeeded about half of the things that we wanted to do. We wanted 1/8 and we got it to 1/4. We wanted a cosine 2x and I got one of those. Now I need to somehow get a cosine 4x out of here. So what I'm going to do next is FOIL. Okay, and if you're wondering, like, how does he know to FOIL? The answer is I did this the hard way, and this is how I got my answer. Okay, so there's really no. I mean, again, the thing to do in proofs is that you have to be patient with it. You have to be willing to get stuck. You have to be willing to struggle, and you have to be willing to backtrack and try different things. So I got a sheet of notes that's really, really messy, and I'm kind of giving you the clean version here in the interest of time. So I'm going to have this 1/4. I'm going to FOIL. First term gives me 1. Outer terms gives me negative cosine 2x. Inner terms gives me the exact same thing, and then the last terms give me cosine squared 2x. Just simplifying things a little bit further, this is 1 minus 2 cosine 2x, okay, and plus cosine squared 2x. And you can see again, I have a lot of the things that I want. I got a or close to it. I got 1/4 here. I wanted 1/8. I got a 1, wanted a 3. I got a 2 here, and we're trying to get to a 4. I got cosine 2x, got a cosine 2x, and now we just have to deal with this. So we're going to reduce the power again. Okay, so reduce power, but this time for cosine. So now I'm going to have the exact same thing that I had before, 1/4, 1 minus 2 cosine, 2x, okay, plus. Now this whole thing here, the cosine reducing identity, when I have a cosine squared, it becomes 1 plus cosine 2u, but u here is really 2x, so this becomes 4x, all of it over 2. And you can see here that we are getting very, very close to finishing. Now it's just a matter of sort of cleaning things up and making everything the same. So now I'm going to get the lowest common denominator for everything that's inside of here. And you can see the lowest common denominator is 2. So now I'm going to have 2 over 2 minus, so this was a 1, it became 2 over 2. This is a 2, it's going to be 4 cosine 2x over 2 plus 1 plus cosine 4x over 2. And since all of these are the same denominator, I can combine them all together. And then I'm just going to combine some of the like terms here. So you see here this 2 and this 1 here. That's going to give us a 3. And this is basically what I want. This is also what I want from the original problem. So we're just going to factor 1/2 once again. So now we're just going to get final step here, 1/4 times 1/2 times, and when you pull 1/2 out of here, this whole thing is just 2 minus 4 cos 2x plus 1 plus cos 4x. Okay. We get all my parentheses in order. The 1/4 and 1/2 is going to give you 8 or 1/8, and then this 2 and this 1 here is going to give you 3. Okay, so remember this 2 and 1 here is going to give you 3. This 1/4 times 1/2, that's going to give you 1/8, and that will complete the proof. I'm running out of room here, so I'm not going to write the final step, but you should be able to take it from there. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.